I've been a hiring manager since 1998, so yeah, it's been a minute. My last corporate role, I managed a global team of approximately 20, and at any given time, I had 6 to 8 direct reports. Today, I am spilling all the tea as to how I evaluated my team and decided who got promoted, who got raises, and who got performance reviews. Hi, I'm Kristen. I'm an executive career coach helping mid to senior level women rise through the ranks, get promoted, and transition into work they love. So let me start by saying this is the, kind of bar that I want to set. I'm sharing all of this information assuming that you work in a healthy environment. You have a healthy culture, you have people who are optimistic, that plan, that are positive, that look to the future, and they don't engage in burnout, bullying, defensiveness, or any of those negative criteria. If that is the case, what I'm about to say is probably not going to apply to you. And let me also say this. I think you deserve better. I have made other videos that talk about how to find a job. Yes, even in a down economy. I'm going to link those below because I think it's important that you are respected and valued for who you are. And if that means getting a new job, I want to help you do that. Okay, so level setting there, let's begin. So the number one thing I consider with my employees when looking to promote or to provide a raise is optimism, and optimism with a healthy dose of honesty. And by optimism, I do not mean toxic positivity, actually the opposite of that. And if you're somebody who's going to tell me that the king is fully clothed when he is actually naked, we're going to have a huge problem. But what I mean about optimism is that you are happy to be there, that you enjoy your work, you feel you are in the right role, you understand where the team, the department, the company are going, and you want to be a part of that movement. Now, I also mentioned honesty, and I want to balance that optimism with that dose of, hey, Kristen, this program is not going well. Hey, what are your thoughts behind this? And can we do this better? And I want you to be able to feel comfortable not just coming to me, but contributing to the solution as well. I'm not going to know everything about what every person does, especially with a global team and especially across specialties. I rely on you to share that information with me, to coach me in that sense. But if you don't share what you're seeing and you don't see the possibilities, then we're not going to get anywhere as a team. Now, obviously, we all have bad days, but what I'm talking about is constructive feedback versus complaining. There's a huge distinction between the two. I've been in meetings where we have all been brainstorming together as a team to meet some really audacious goal, only to have somebody literally suck the air out of the room because at every turn they only see the negative. If you are that person, you will not go far on any healthy team in any healthy culture. Now, as a boss, if you are feeling discouraged or you feel negative about something, please feel free to come to me and ask open-ended questions. I will be as transparent as possible in explaining my vision for the team and what I've been directed to do from the top down. But if we don't have that conversation, we can't move forward. Number 2, do you act with integrity? So by integrity, what I mean, I hope this is obvious, is that you do what you say you are going to do. Now, what this means from a tactical perspective is if there is a 9 a.m. deadline on Friday and you realize on Wednesday at 4 that you are not going to make it, that you come to me as soon as possible. I can tell you as a boss, I am balancing probably 7,000 things at any given time. And you providing me information as soon as you have it makes my life easier. The key to acting with integrity is to just be as transparent as possible. I want you to communicate and I want you to have the foresight to understand how that impacts all of your colleagues and me included. Be honest, be communicative, be upfront, and I hope you can see the end goal and the forest for the trees. I don't mean to add too many cliches there, but I want you to objectively understand where we are headed. And if you don't, again, I want you to ask questions. Number 3, are you kind, inclusive, and collaborative? There is nothing, and I mean nothing, I hate more than gossip and exclusivity. It reminds me of high school, and I left high school a long time ago. If you compete with your colleagues instead of collaborating with them, if you form cliques and act like the cool kids and try to exclude others, it will not go unnoticed. Your attitude is everything in getting promoted and being successful at your job. So if you have any kind of trauma or feel any kind of way, you need to look into therapy, coaching, or personal development work. When I see this type of behavior, or worse, bullying, defensiveness, yelling, that type of thing, my immediate conclusion is that you are not mature enough to be promoted, and you probably need a performance improvement evaluation. And just a final word on this, not to beat a dead horse, but don't compete with your teammates. That is literally the opposite of team. And number 4, do you want to be promoted? What are your career goals? Now, as your boss, yes, it is absolutely my job to come to you and talk to you about personal and professional development on a reoccurring basis. At my last company, we did this on a quarterly basis. But I have to admit, I am not perfect, and I didn't always do that in the timely manner in which I needed to. There were a couple of members of my team, and I want to give you an example of each so you can see how this works, who came to me preemptively and said, hey, I'm interested in this role, or hey, I'm interested in being promoted. Now, obviously, I wouldn't consider you for a promotion if you hadn't met the other criteria that I discussed. You were acting in integrity, you were kind and collaborative with your colleagues, and you were optimistic and really had a positive outlook as to what we could do as a team and as a corporation. So in one instance, I had an individual come to me. She was a direct report. She wanted to be promoted. I thought she deserved to be promoted. I went to bat for her, and the decision makers declined to move forward with a promotion. This was important to her, and I couldn't give her what she wanted on my team, so I encouraged her to look for roles, hopefully within the company, but within other departments. Pretty soon she found one, she applied and received an interview, and as soon as I shared that, they started to get worried that they would lose her, and they finally understood the value that she brought to the team. It's sad that this sometimes has to happen, but a good boss, if they cannot help you, they will push you forward and allow you to thrive in other ways. So always be honest and transparent if you have someone you know who is in your corner. And just by the way, she did get the promotion on our team. It took that finagling, and sometimes that's just how corporate America works. The other example I wanted to share was another direct report. Her boss had left, and I was reevaluating whether to rehire for his position. She came to me and asked me about the role. I was honest about how I was trying to decide whether or not we actually needed to maintain it, and she was phenomenal at articulating as to why we needed to keep it and why she should be the one to step into it. She'd done great before. I believe that she would do great in this role, and she did after I promoted her. So never be afraid to go to your boss preemptively about what you desire, especially if you've done well in the past. We want to keep our people happy. We want to keep employees who are valuable and high performers. If that is you, it pays to be transparent. I hope you found this information helpful, and if there's anything that I can clarify, please feel free to ask any questions in the comments below. As always, I'd be so grateful if you could like, share, and subscribe. It helps me reach a wider audience, and together with your help, we can grow a thriving community where we all enjoy our work. I come out with new material each week. I will see you then. Take care.